We've got 4 new iPhones, and some of them get much bigger batteries, while others get much slimmer and cut down on battery life. So what are the real-world numbers? We put all 4 new iPhones to the test, and we got some very interesting results. First though, remember, this year your iPhone battery life depends on where you buy it. In the United States, iPhones come with eSIM and larger batteries, while the global models, such as the ones for the UK and Europe, still have a physical SIM card slot, which takes up extra space, and those iPhones have slightly smaller batteries. So here are the numbers. The iPhone 17 gets a 4% battery increase. The iPhone 17 Pro gets the biggest upgrade, 11% for the global model, 19% for the eSIM model. And the 17 Pro Max gets a 3% battery increase for the global model and 9% for the eSIM version. Finally, we have the iPhone Air with a 15% smaller battery than the regular iPhone 17. For this test, we have the Global Pro models with a physical SIM card, so keep in mind that if you live in the US or other eSIM markets, you'll get slightly bigger numbers for the 17 Pro and the Pro Max. By the way, if you live and breathe smartphones, we have something for you. PhoneArena is dropping the ultimate coffee table book for phone geeks, a year-long passion project packed with high-res shots and deep dives into the most iconic, weird, and game-changing phones since the 2000s. And it's not just us. We've got hot takes and quotes from some of the biggest names in tech YouTube. Linus, Mr. Who's the Boss, Jerry Rig Everything, Supersaf, Max Tech, Austin Evans, Brandon Butch, John Rettinger, all weighing in on the devices that shaped the tech we use today. This is an exclusive limited run print coming this fall. Hit the link in the description to lock in the details and get on the email list before it's all gone. Alright, let's get to our testing. At PhoneArena we have our 3 proprietary battery tests, and we run all of these tests with phones at 100% battery health, and we always tune the display at the same level to ensure equal conditions. First is our web browsing test. It's a script that cycles through web pages and simulates scrolling, basically a light browsing session. Here we show you what the test looks like, but we don't show the full test run as it takes very long hours. Let's jump into the results. The first phone to die on this test is the iPhone Air. It lasts 16 hours and 29 minutes, which is actually not that bad. We expected a lot worse. We stick around a bit more. Next, we see the black screen on the base iPhone 17 model. It finishes with 16 hours and 47 minutes, only slightly more than the Air. We keep on going, and next on the line is the iPhone 17 Pro. It lasts for 17 hours and 6 minutes, again a bit more than the base version. Finally, the iPhone 17 Pro Max wins this test, finishing with a big lead over the others at 20 hours and 9 minutes. Everything over 20 hours is great, so the new Pro Max does not disappoint. Next up we have a test near and dear to many, YouTube video streaming. Again, starting from full battery, we measure how long it takes to drain each of these new iPhones playing the same video playlist. Interestingly, here the base model iPhone 17 finishes first, lasting 7 hours and 19 minutes, which is an average score, but not great. We stick around, and next we see the black screen on the iPhone 17 Pro. It scores 8 hours and 25 minutes, an hour longer than the iPhone 17. Next up, we have a big surprise. The iPhone 17 Pro Max finishes before the iPhone Air. The Pro Max lasts for 9 hours and 37 minutes, a very good score. So what about the iPhone Air? It finally finishes with a score of 9 hours and 54 minutes, an hour and a half more than the 17 Pro, and a shocker, a bit longer than even the Pro Max. How is that possible? We have one theory. For this test, we have the volume on, and since the iPhone Air only has a single speaker that is much quieter, we guess the lower power consumption from the speaker helps it get such a high score for video. We actually reran the whole test, but this time with the volume turned down. We usually don't do this, but we had to see what's going on here. Here's what we got. With the sound off, the iPhone 17 Pro finishes first with 18 hours and a half. The iPhone Air lasted 19 hours and 20 minutes, and the base iPhone 17 got 19 hours and 45 minutes. Finally, the iPhone 17 Pro Max gets nearly 23 hours. You can see what a massive difference we get when we turn off the sound. This way, we can indeed confirm that the excellent score of the iPhone Air is very much related to its quieter single speaker that consumes less power. Finally, we also have our 3D gaming test. For this test, we just run a game that loads the GPU. So once again, all phones are fully charged and we measure the time it takes to drain them completely. With all four running, we see the iPhone Air taps out first on this test. It scores 7 hours and 27 minutes. We keep on going and we have to wait quite a bit longer. The next to die is the base iPhone 17 model with 9 hours and 12 minutes on the clock, quite a better score. Next we skip forward and we have the iPhone 17 Pro with a black screen and a battery that lasts a full hour longer than the base model. Its score is 10 hours and 8 minutes. And finally, the iPhone 17 Pro Max is far ahead of the rest as it finally finishes with a score of 11 hours and 34 minutes, 2.5 hours longer than the small Pro. So what's the recap? Well, the iPhone Air was a surprise. It has a 15% smaller battery than the base iPhone 17, yet it is not too far behind for browsing. And thanks to its single speaker, it actually gets a surprisingly great score for video streaming. We will have a longer video daily driving the iPhone Air with some real-world battery impressions soon, so stay tuned for that. The base iPhone 17 was just a bit behind the Pro, 1 less hour of video streaming and 1 hour less for gaming, but overall it performed above the average for a compact phone. The 17 Pro gets consistently slightly longer battery life than the base version, and if you get the eSIM model, expect an even bigger upgrade. We have the one with the physical SIM card. This boost in battery life is very good news for the small Pro model. What's notable is that now that the Plus model is gone, if you want the best battery life, you have only one choice, the expensive Pro Max.